Was good. Was good. Let's see. Let's flip that around. How y'all doing, man? Coach Jay in the building. Hey, Coach Bosses. Ain't a boss, you might want to keep strolling. But this TikTok algorithm is serious, man. It got a way of only dropping bosses in here. It got a way of only putting this on people for you page who ready to hear these messages that we talk about. So if you're in here, I really don't believe it's by accident. If you're in here, I believe it's something that you need to hear, something that you're ready to hear. You ready to take things to another level, man. Because the truth of the matter is, you could be doing have anything you desire. In fact, desire is the starting place of all things. It all comes from desire. Everything you do is a desire. If you adjust in your seat, you desire to be more comfortable. If you apply for another job, you desire a change. Everything is based around desire. But are you taking time to desire what you desire? Are you taking time to get clarity about your desire? Are you taking time to get under the influence of your desire? Or are you so busy focusing on the situation that helped you to give birth to the desire? A lot of times we get so busy focusing on the situation that created the desire that we forget to align with the desire. And the magic happens when you align with the desire. The good ideas show up when you align with the desire. Your energy shifts when you align with the desire. You're more creative when you align to the desire. You're more fun to be around. You're more influential when you align to the desire. You got to get under the influence of what you want. You do yourself a major disservice when you walk through life under the influence of what you don't want. You literally repel your desires when your attention is on what you don't want. You're a vibrational mismatch for your desire. You got to learn how to focus on what you want. You got to learn how to focus on why you want it. You got to learn how to practice the excitement of it being there before it even show up. I'm telling you, man, what you do is you start to attract the ideas. You become a magnet. You start to attract the pieces. Everything is already here. Everything is already here. What's going on, done? The people who gonna buy your products, they already here. The laptop you gonna use to build that website on is already here. The places you're gonna go, the buildings you're gonna use, it's already here. You just gotta get in alignment with what's already here. I know I like to throw the word create around, but we don't really create, we discover what's already here. We come up with new ways to arrange what's already here. Creation is done. It's a matter of using what's already here to create new exciting experiences. But the money is already here. The ideas are already in the air. The circumstances are already here. The good ideas are already flowing around. You just got to get in alignment with them. The opportunity is already there, but when you focus on what you don't want, you look through the opportunity. You look through the opportunity like a window. Have you ever had an aha moment? Then you're like, oh man, I could have did this months ago. The only thing is, months ago you weren't feeling like you was feeling when you made the realization. You ever been looking for your keys and you're like, I can't find my keys. I can't find my keys. And you can't find your keys because you can't find your keys. Like you're looking for your keys, then eventually, man, you sit down, you go forget it. And the keys, like in the first one or two places you look, and when you were in the vibration of I can't find my keys, you can't find your keys when you can't find your keys. You can't lose weight when you can't lose weight. You can't quit smoking when you can't quit smoking. You can't get rich when you locked in a vibration for poverty. You got to send your mind. If you send your mind, the body gonna catch up. If you send your mind, the body ain't got no choice but to come with it. You got to start thinking on purpose. You got to start talking on purpose. You got to start acting on purpose. You got to start acting with intention. I say it all the time. You're not no accident. You were not sent here by accident, man. You came here with a divine purpose. You had a purpose before you had a name, and it's time to start living like that. The fact of the matter is, you could be doing have anything you desire. Your only limit in life is your own imagination. If you can think it, you can do it, and you can think it. Where you discipline your mind and think it. You don't got to control your body. You got to control this. If you just control this, the body follows this. The body follows the mind. You don't got to use willpower on the body. Use willpower on the mind. Send the mind where you want to go. Watch how quick the body shows up right behind it. The mind, the body follows the mind. How you think controls how you feel, controls how you act. How you think controls how you feel, controls how you act. If you could just start thinking on purpose, the feeling and the action will take care of itself. Stop putting your attention on stuff that aggravates you. Stop putting your attention on stuff that pisses you off. Stop putting your attention on shit that depresses you. Start putting your attention on stuff that excites you. Start putting your attention on stuff that motivates you, stuff that inspires you, stuff that calls you forth more out of you. Put your attention on the right stuff, and the feelings gonna show up, the energy gonna show up, the excitement gonna show up, the motivation gonna show up, the inspiration gonna show up, the words gonna show up, the ideas are going to show up. I'm not going out and forcing these words into my mind. I put my intention on a goal, and everything else started to form around that goal. You could be doing have anything you desire, but you got to start thinking on purpose. You could be doing have anything you desire, but you got to start thinking on purpose. The only thing that can stop you is you. The economy can't stop you. A certain person being in the White House can't stop you. The weather can't stop you. A divorce can't stop you. A death in the family can't stop you. The only thing that can stop you is you. Now you could give your attention to something and decide that you don't want to go forth anymore, but make no mistake, that thing didn't stop you. You put your attention on it and made a decision to stop. Nobody is physically holding you down, stopping you from trying again. Your ex-husband, your ex-wife don't got you handcuffed to a pole, not allowing you to try again. Let's be clear about what's going on. You're giving your attention to things that knock the air out of you. You're giving your attention to things that knock the wind out of you and wondering why you ain't moving forward. The body follows the mind. I need you to take your mind off of yesterday. I need you to take your mind off of what happened 10 years ago. I need you to start sending your mind into the future on purpose. I need you to start sending your mind into the future on purpose. I need you to start asking yourself the magic question. People who've been rocking with me, what's the magic question? The magic question is, what would I rather have? What would I rather have? And the earlier you ask that question, the sooner you ask, soon as you realize something you don't like, before you go on this whole whirlwind and get all this momentum going around what you don't like, the sooner you can ask yourself, what would I rather have? What would I rather have? The sooner you can ask that question and start thinking about that on purpose, man, you would be surprised what it does for you. That is one of the first things I get my clients doing in our first session. Man, hey, when you see something you don't like, instead of getting hypnotized and getting heavily influenced by what you don't like, I want you to start asking yourself. As soon as you become aware of the most minor inconvenience, what would I rather have? What would I rather have? And as you start asking yourself that, you're gonna notice when you think about what you would rather have, you tend to feel better. And when you feel better, you tend to think better. And when you think better, you tend to act better on accident. Good ideas show up when you focus on what you want. Bad ideas show up when you focus on what you don't want. Anxiety show up when you focus on what you don't want. You literally put yourself in fight or flight. You literally cut off the frontal lobe of your brain and you get back there in that reptilian brain and you stop thinking and start running patterns. I need you to stop running patterns and I need you to start thinking. Like what a lot of people think that mental chatter is thinking. That's not thinking, that's running pre-programmed patterns. Thinking is purposely posing questions to yourself. Thinking is directing your mind. Thinking isn't letting your mind run wild. Thinking is pointing your mind specifically in a direction. Thinking is aligning your mind with a goal. People go, I'm overthinking, or you underthinking. You just letting your mind bounce around like a damn pinball machine. Thinking is saying, I'm finna focus on this for the next 20 minutes. I'm finna focus on this with the goal of having this outcome for the next. Thinking is using your head on purpose. When is the last time you used your head on purpose? When is the last time you got intentional? Now let me get to the rest of this question. When is the last time you used your mind on purpose for you? We'll use our mind on purpose for other people. We'll use our mind 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day on somebody else's job in somebody else's company. But when is the last time you purposely used your mind to get something you desire, to build something of your own? You got to use your mind on purpose, man. You got to use your mind on purpose. You got to think on purpose. It's too expensive to not think on purpose. It's too expensive to not use your imagination on purpose. It's too expensive to not be intentional with your day. It's too intentional to be falling asleep on accident. Every night as you falling asleep, you should be asking yourself, what version of myself would I like to take into the following day? I hate it when I fall asleep on accident. Some mornings I'll just wake up like, oh man, I did not mean to fall asleep. I love it when I take the time to go, okay, tomorrow I got to do this. I'm gonna need to go into tomorrow with a little bit of charisma. I'm gonna need some confidence. I'm gonna need some humor. I'm gonna need some creativity. Let me go ahead and sit in that now. Let me remember a time where I felt charismatic. Let me remember a time where I felt humorous. Let me remember a time where I felt influential. And I'm gonna fall asleep holding on to those feelings. Now, what's happening overnight is my subconscious mind chewing on these associations all night because I took a 5 minutes to fall asleep on purpose. I'm telling you, it makes a world of difference when you wake up. You wake up, the confidence is already there. The creativity already there. The charisma, the confidence already there. But when you fall asleep on accident, man, you're willing to wake up to anything. I need you. You got to start being intentional. You got to understand your intention controls your attention. And when you don't got any intentions, your attention is up for grab. And marketers will grab it and do what they want with it. People will grab it and do what they want with it. When you walk through life without intentions, you're at the mercy of other people. Get you some clear cut intentions. People are like, when people find out I'm a hypnotist, one of the questions asked me is, how can I stop myself from being hypnotized? The easiest way to stop yourself from being hypnotized is to have intentions in every segment of your life. Before you get on the phone call, if my grandmother was to call me right now, before I answer the phone, I'm gonna take 3 seconds. Go, I want to get on the phone with Granny. I want to talk on the phone for about 30 minutes. And I want in this 30 minutes, by the time this call in, I want my grandmother to know that I love her. I appreciate every sacrifice she ever made for me. I love her dearly. We go to the ends of the earth for her. And I want to communicate that in 30 minutes. I don't plan on being on the phone for 3 hours. I don't plan on getting lost in the day. I want to be on the phone for 30 minutes. And this is what I want to accomplish in this 30 minutes. I ask Sparkle, hey baby. She go, what you doing? What's my favorite grandson doing? Me and my granny talked for about 30 minutes. And guess what happened? At about the end of that 30-minute mark, she go, well, okay, baby, granny just wanted to hear your voice. I love you. I'll talk to you later. I ain't gotta have that awkward. Well, all right, Granny, I gotta because I got on a call with the intention of being on the call for 30 minutes. Granny can pick up on something in my voice. Granny can pick up on my energy. Granny got her own stuff going on because my granny ain't no granny. My granny be out. My granny be moving. My granny ain't like you got 80, and then you got my grandma 80. My grandma ain't your typical 80-year-old woman. She drive herself. She live by herself. She go grocery shopping, she cook, she work out. My granny do her thing. But at about that 30-minute mark, granny go, okay, baby, I just want to hear your voice. I ain't finna hold you up. But that's what happens when I get on the phone with intention. Now, if I get on that same call without intention, boy, granny will keep me on that phone for 2 or 3 hours. Easy. Start getting you some intentions in your life. Start getting you some intentions in your life. Some people just trying to start a business. Some people start businesses intention. Your attention follows your intention. When you don't got any intentions, your attention is all over the place. Okay? What are your intentions? What do you want? You could be doing have anything you desire, but you got to think about what you want. You got to understand that the only thing that can stop you is you. Nothing else can stop you. If you could think it, you could do it. And you can think it. You can think it. But I need you to start taking time to think about it. If you could watch an hour of TV a night, or 2 or 3 or 4 hours of TV a night, if you could lock your eyes on this box and respond to what's going on this box and get excited about what's going on this box and cry about what's going on this box, even though you know it's not real, what's stopping you from taking 5 minutes to imagine your life as you would want it to be? See it as you want it to be. Get excited about this thing that has happened. If you could watch TV and do it, you could close your eyes and do it. But it's going to take a decision. Decision is the where everything picks up momentum. Without a decision, you ain't really working with much. I always talk about getting clear about what you want, getting calibrated. I mean, getting clear about what you want, then calibrating to it. But that calibration piece, that confidence piece, that stuff is important. So, quick question: do you guys know what you want? I know this shit ride real smooth like a podcast, and it's easy to listen to, but it's a live stream. Talk to me. Do you guys know what you want? Do you kind of know what you want? Or you like, man, I ain't never even thought about it. I really don't know. I got a quiz on that link in my bio that'll give you a percentage of how clear you are. It's about 10 questions. It's about 10 questions. So if you're curious about how, man, do I have clarity? How much? I don't know. If that's what you're feeling right now, take that quiz. For the most part, we got to fill in those details. And you know, but we got to fill in those details, man. Listen, if you could think it, you could do it. Let's look at the flip side of that. If you can't think it, you can't do it. You can't do something that you can't think. If you can't hold it in your head, you can't hold it in your hands. For sure, for sure. If you can't hold it in your head, you can't hold it in your hands. This the crazy part. Even if you accidentally win the lottery and get it in your hands, if you don't get it in your head, you're gonna separate yourself from that very quickly. Even if you stumble into the perfect relationship, but you haven't learned how to hold it in your head, you finna run that one off too. If you can hold it in your head, you can hold it in your hands. Okay, for sure, for sure. No rush. We ain't going nowhere. If you could think it, you could do it. But thinking is the prerequisite to doing it. Everything that I'm doing right now, I created it in here. And because I could see it in here, it's like my body just knew what to do next. And sometimes I didn't even, you ever had a situation where you don't even know how you know, you just know? Boy, I need to be on this platform. What make you think you need to be on? I don't know. I just know. Everybody got their mind and their heart connected. Everybody. So my background is in mind body psychology. And what we got to realize is that mind and body aren't separate. They are a continuation of each other. It's like a spectrum. And mind produces body. Mind produces body. Mind produces body. You could be, do, and have anything you desire. But you got to understand it's built from the inside out. It's not built from the outside in. It's built from the inside out. If you could think it, you could do it. If you could think it, you could do it. Are you willing to think it? Can you hold it in your mind? Can you hold it in your mind? You can't hold it in your mind for 10 seconds a day. Spend the rest of the day living in fear of the fact that it's not here yet. Can you hold it in your mind consistently? Can you hold it in your mind constantly? Are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to practice a thought? You got to realize a belief ain't nothing but a thought that you've practiced. It's a rehearsed thought. Are you willing to rehearse the things that you need to believe about yourself? You got to start thinking on purpose. You got to start thinking on purpose. You got to start choosing to see yourself in the light that you need to see yourself so you can do the things that you need to do to have the things you want to have. You got to start thinking on purpose. I made a deal with myself about 10 years ago that I never say anything to myself that I wouldn't say to my daughter. One of the best deals I could ever made with myself. It ain't nothing my daughter to do for me to look her in her face and go, "You stupid." It ain't nothing she could do when I would just look at her in her face and call her stupid. Might get disappointed at her, but I'll never, 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 never go, "Riley, you are stupid." So if I wouldn't say it to Riley, why would I say it to me? I never look at her and go, "You are an absolute failure. I don't even know why you wasted your time trying it." If I won't say it to her, why would I say it to me? Start talking to yourself on purpose. Start getting intentional with yourself. I meet a lot of people, and I notice like, because as hypnotists, one of the things we're all about is we're into figuring out your strategy. I don't really care why you do what you do. I care more about how you do what you do. Because to help you change, I don't need to understand why you do it. Like imagine if I saw you shooting a basketball and you were shooting it wrong, your form was horrible, and you was missing every shot. And instead of saying, "Hey, bring that elbow in, spread those fingers a little bit, get under the," instead of like helping you correct your form, I just started saying, "Hey, why you shoot the ball like that?" You go, "This how my big brother taught me how to shoot it." I go, "Well, why he taught you how to shoot it like that?" "I don't know. This how he shot it." "You like shooting it like that?" "I wouldn't shoot it like that." Why? And you shoot it. You always shoot it like that, man. I don't know why you shoot it like. But if I like, I don't care why you shoot it like that. Okay, you see. Okay, this is where we're going wrong. I want you to take that elbow and I want you to pin that elbow up against your body. You see the difference? That's the difference between like hypnotherapy and NLP compared to some other forms of therapy. I want to know how you do it. So how do you know when it's time to get nervous? Forget why you get nervous. How do you know when it's time to get nervous? Okay, so you say you got social anxiety. You get afraid when you're around a large group of people. What's a large group of people? Two people, you straight? Two people cool? Three people? Three people cool. Four people? You get a little bit uncomfortable at four people, but you still can. Okay, what about 10 people? Oh, 10 people. Okay, eight people? Eight. So about eight people's where it tends to get shaky for you. Does it matter if they're male or female? So you're more comfortable around men, but women. Okay, so would three women make you uncomfortable? Okay, but I want to figure out how you do what you do because I need that's gonna let me know the associations that you connect to the anxiety. If we rewire those associations, we could take care of that today, not months, not years. We could hours, minutes, and then once we take care of it, if you want to go back and dig into why you do it, we can. But most people after they feeling better, they don't really care to go dig back and figure out the why. I need you to figure out how you do what you do. How do you procrastinate? How do you procrastinate? How do you give up on yourself? How do you know when it's time to stop trying? And then we're gonna ask the magic question. One of my other magic questions. Useful, not useful. I don't really care about good and bad. Useful, not useful. Not useful. Okay, what would be a more useful pattern to run in those situations? Okay, let's install that pattern. Useful, not useful. When you get in the when you catch yourself giving up again, when you catch yourself about to give up on yourself, I want you to useful or not useful. What was I feeling right before I decided to give up? It's gonna give you a lot of good information there. Okay, the next time I find myself in a similar situation, how would I like to respond? I need you to mentally rehearse responding that way. If you can't think it, you can't do it. Visualization works. Visualization works. You got a part of the brain called the thalamus that has a really hard time determining the difference between fiction and reality. It has a really hard time determining the difference between something you vividly imagine and something that's actually quote unquote happening. That's why you can watch TV and laugh and cry and get upset and get angry and get scared. The thalamus have a hard time going, that's not real, it's just TV. If you put your attention on it, your body will respond to it. I need you to start putting your attention on what's going on and figuring out how did I get here? And I'm telling you, the key is in it. How did I get here? You keep going back to this thing that happened when you were 7 years old. I know why they'll do this because when I was 7 years old, my dad did this. He told me he was coming to pick me up. He never came. And okay, cool. What would you like to be doing in these situations? Because you 40, and if dad ain't came back in 40 years, listen, man. I don't know if he coming back. Are you gonna sit in this for the rest of your life, or are we finna do something different? You could be doing half anything you desire, but you got to take back full control of your life. I want you to look around, take it all in. I want you to notice how you feel in your body. Do you feel healthy? Do you feel unhealthy? You know what's in your bank balance. Reflect on that. Think about all of that. Your relationship. Reflect on that. Is it would you consider it good? Is there room for? I want you to just take all of that in. Oh yeah, I love mindset. I want you to take all of that in, and I want you to take full ownership. You created that. You created that. Now you had some other people who played their roles. They was co-stars. You the star of this show. And now the reason I want you to take ownership of that, the reason I want you to take full responsibility for creating that is because you want it to be your fault. Because if it's their fault, they got to do something different before you can have something different. But if it's my fault, my ex-wife ain't got to do nothing different for me to have a better life. My dad ain't got to do nothing different for me to have a better life. My mom ain't got to. I'm not waiting on an apology. It's my fault, and you want it to be your fault. My first marriage didn't work. It was my fault. Because if it's her fault, that means my second marriage ain't gonna work unless she do something different. It's not her fault. It was all my fault. And I'm not saying it's your fault in the sense of you need to sit down and beat yourself up. I'm saying it's my fault in the way that listen, that was a learning experience. I learned so much from it. I'm taking that and I'm rolling all of those learnings into my next situation. If I'm sitting there thinking about the fact that it's her fault, she shouldn't have did this. If she just would have did this, I would have did. If I My fault. I'm taking full ownership for everything that I can change. And if I can't change it, ain't shit I can do about it. But the stuff that I can change, oh man, it's done. It's done. I want you to take full ownership. And I want you to realize that, man, if you just get clear about what you want, your life can look drastically different in a very short period of time. Your life can look completely different in a very short period of time. I can remember in 2013, I had two kids in 2013. My son was born in March and my daughter was born in October. No, my son was born in May, my daughter was born in October. And I'm sitting there and I'm holding my babies. I got my son over here on the left, I got my daughter over here on the right, and I'm looking at my babies. And I'm looking at them, these big, pretty brown eyes, these huge puff balls of hair, beautiful, beautiful children. And I'm going, oh man, I created y'all on accident. Y'all so beautiful. Y'all so perfect. Y'all so precious. And I created y'all on accident. Then I asked myself, I said, wait. If I created these two beautiful babies on accident, what could I do if I started creating on purpose? What would it look like if I started creating on if my accidents and my playing around made these two beautiful babies? What would it look like if I got intentional with my life? Boy, by 2015, I was living a completely different life. And this was towards the tail end of 2013. Tail end of 2013, beginning of 2014, I started thinking different. Up until that point, hypnosis was a hobby. Hypnosis was something that I used to pick up women. What's going on, Blue? It was something that I used as an entertainment tool. I was doing a lot of entertainment hypnosis back then. But I started going, wait a minute, I got these tools at my disposal. I understand the subconscious mind at a deep level. I understand how habit formation works. I understand this stuff. If I start getting intentional with what I know, man, what would that look like? And man, you'll be surprised the way my health, my finances, my life, my relationships, you'll be surprised what happened to me over the course of 2014. I was surprised in myself. But what happened? I started being intentional. I started thinking on purpose. You got to start thinking on purpose. You got to start thinking on purpose. You're either going to start thinking on purpose or you're going to continue to work for people that know how to think on purpose. You're either going to start thinking on purpose or you're going to continue to be manipulated by people who think on purpose. You got to think on purpose. You got to realize that consciousness is what separates the different forms of, like, the difference between you and a tree is consciousness. The difference between you and a monkey is your level of consciousness and how you can lock it in and focus it. You got to start focusing. You got to start strengthening your mind. Like, you would agree, like, a man is alive, a dog is alive, a leaf is alive, a goldfish is alive. But it's something different. It's something drastic. Like, if you a kid, would you rather have a dog or a goldfish? Would you rather have a pet dog or a pet goldfish? Why? Because that dog got way more consciousness, right? That dog got way more intelligence. That dog can focus a lot longer than that goldfish. Now, is a dog alive? Yeah. Is a goldfish alive? Yeah. But there's more aliveness to that dog, right? You got to start using your tools, man. You got to start using your imagination. You got to start using your willpower. You got to start using your creativity. You got to start asking yourself, what do I want? What do I desire? And you got to focus on that on purpose. You got to stop working on the problem and start working on the solution. You got to stop focusing on the problem and start focusing on the solution. You ain't never seen a one-sided slice of bread. You ain't ever saw a one-sided sheet of paper. Never. And let me tell you something, there is never a one-sided situation. Every situation has two sides. Which side are you going to focus on? Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. You can be, do, and have anything you desire, but you got to take time to desire it. Being full of fear and anxiety is not desire. Throwing a fit and complaining is not desire. Getting on the phone, talking to your mama, your friend, your home girl, and anybody else who will listen about what's going wrong in your life is not desire. I didn't say you could be, do, and have anything. I said you could be, do, and have anything you desire. What do you desire? Any of y'all ever watch a show called Lucifer? And he'll look at people and go, "What do you desire?" And he was able to control them. He was able to get what he wanted out of them by understanding their desire. If he can do it from outside of you, guess what? You can really do it from inside of you. What do you desire? I'm sitting in the gym parking lot right now. I go to the gym damn near every day. Sometimes I even end up on the gym at the gym on my rest days. But I want you to understand how I built this relationship with the gym. I didn't use willpower to force my body into the gym. I started sending my mind to the gym. I started wrapping my mind around the idea of I want to look good naked for as long as possible. I want to look good naked. Using my mind to imagine myself looking good naked. I want to have crazy stamina for adult activities. I want to have, I want my stamina through the roof. I don't want to need a honey pack and a Viagra. I want my stamina through the roof. I started setting my mind to the reasons that I wanted to go to the gym. Your subconscious mind doesn't care about logic, reason, analysis, willpower, and decision making. Those are faculties of your conscious mind. The faculties of your subconscious mind is emotion, feeling, and memory. So I started creating memories of me looking good naked. Did you know you can remember your future? Did you know that? The same way you can remember the past, you can remember the future. And ain't one more real than the other. You just give one more mental activity than the other. You just got more neural pathways built around the past because you assign the meaning of realness to it. But you can remember your past, I mean your future. If you can get upset about something that happened 5 years ago, you get excited about something that might happen 5 years in the future. You just got to start thinking on purpose. But I started sending my mind to the gym. I started sending my mind to the gym. And guess what? Where the mind goes, the body follows. So let me tell you how I got back in the gym. I used to be a gym rat. I used to box in my late teens, early 20s. I was boxing really heavy, and I was easily spending 6 hours a day in the gym. Then I started having children. I started starting businesses. It was a lot of moving pieces. So I slowly fell back from the gym. And about 3 years ago, and I ain't been in Texas three, I think 2 years ago, I moved to Dallas and I was rebuilding my practice from the ground up. And when I was rebuilding my practice, it was all locked in on the business. I was locked in on the business. I was probably spending 12 hours a day in front of my laptop and another 3, 4 hours a day seeing clients. One day I was getting out of the shower and I go, "Who the fuck is this? like who was this guy? When did that happen?" And I said, "Okay, it's time for a transformation. That ain't going. I can't be going around the world telling people they can be doing have anything they desire, not looking like that." So what did I start doing? I started getting them. I got this brown chair that I love. I started getting in my chair several times a day and imagining myself stepping out of the shower, going, "There you go." Yeah, that's what I remember. There you go. I started imagining myself standing on the scale, seeing the number that I wanted to see. I started imagining my girl going, "Who you getting sexy for? Like what's all of this?" I started sending my imagination to the gym. I did that for about a month and a half. One day my cousin called me and he go, "Hey bro, I just signed up at Planet Fitness. I got the black card, and I can work out. I can bring one guest with me every time I work out. I'm gonna see you on them lives. I can tell you making money because you're over there eating real good." He is like, "I'm going to the gym tonight. Pull up." It didn't take no convincing. It was no, man, I gotta go. I was excited. I was like, "Bro, I'm ready to go to the gym." What happened? I had been priming my mind. I got in the gym. I was in there throwing up weight. My stamina was already moving. He's like, "Bro, you sure you ain't been working out?" I'm like, "Nah, bro, I ain't stepped foot in the gym in probably 2 years." But the mind was already conditioned. The body was like, about time, been waiting on it. And I've been going consistently ever since. But I didn't use willpower to force my body. I used willpower to send my mind to the gym several times a day. I use willpower to focus on the emotional reasons that I want to go to. I don't give a damn about blood pressure. I'm not saying it's not important. I'm saying I understand how the mind works, and blood pressure isn't going to get me to the gym. People come to my office all the time. Well, my doctor said, listen, I don't care what your doctor said. If your doctor saying that was gonna have an effect on you, you wouldn't be sitting in my office. What do you want? My wife said, I don't care what your wife said. If your wife saying that was gonna make you quit smoking, you wouldn't be smoking right now. Yet you in my office. What do you want? What you mean what I want? I want to quit smoking. You don't want to quit smoking. If you want to quit smoking, you wouldn't be smoking. What do you want? What do you want? Why do you want to quit smoking? And if you want to quit smoking so your wife can shut up, that ain't a strong enough reason. It can't be the counselor because you knew that when you started. Why do you want to quit smoking? Man, I got a 3-year-old daughter. She's absolutely perfect in every sense of the word. And I know one day she's going to get married, and I want to be there to walk my baby down the aisle. The thought of me not being there and another man walking my baby girl down the aisle, it just don't sit right with me. I want to be smoke free so that I can be as healthy as possible and be here to walk my baby girl down the aisle. I could work with that. It's enough emotion around that to get the subconscious mind moving toward it. Now that's gonna be the foundation. And you finna quit smoking in one session. Now that we got a real reason why, because your wife nagging not gonna do it. She gonna nag about something else when you quit smoking. Like the nag, that's not a strong enough reason. The doctor saying it, your doctor ain't telling you shit you don't already know. That's not a strong. You got to realize you got one mind, but it operates with two different faculties. The conscious faculty is only 2% of your thinking potential, and it runs off logic, reason, analysis, willpower, and decision making. Logic, reason, analysis, willpower, and decision making. Most of the shit you up against is not a logical problem. It's not a reasoning problem. It's not an analytical problem. Most of the stuff, like people never come to me and go, I just don't know what to do. The problem is, well, they say that sometimes, but they lying to themselves. The problem is not you don't know what to do. The problem is you don't feel like the type of person that can do it. The problem is that you can't quit smoking. The problem is not that you don't want to quit smoking. The problem is you feel more like a smoker than a non-smoker. The problem is not that you can't start a business. The problem is that you feel more poor than you feel rich. The subconscious mind, 98% of your thinking potential runs off of feeling and emotion. When you feel defeated, when you feel like you can't do it, when you feel like it's never going to work, you're going to have a hard time doing the doing. That's why we teach in the tiers of be, do, have. Before you can have it, let's use money for an example. Before you can have money, there are some things that you have to do. But before you do those things, there's a person that you have to become. One of my favorite quotes is, it didn't take me a long time to build a successful business. It took me a long time to become the version of myself that could build a successful business. But once I became that version of myself, I spit successful businesses out like that. I accidentally started businesses these days. Now that I've became the type of person that can start a successful business. Not only can I spit one out in a heartbeat, I can sit back and look at your business and go, wait. How much it cost you to make that? And you selling it for how much? Okay, gotta stop that. Let's do this. Let's do this. How are people finding out about this product? That's the only place you're advertising. So you're doing that and word of mouth, and that's it. Okay, do you got any amount of money you can afford to spend to put some ads behind it? Okay, do this, and call me back in 21 days. Man, you ain't gonna believe this. Try me. You ain't gonna believe. Once you become, look, this is what I want for everybody who come to these lives. I want you to become the type of person that can see oak trees where other people see acorns. People who've been coming around here for a minute, like Paris, you've been in here for a minute. It's a few of y'all who've been up here for a minute. But y'all remember back when I used to take the acorn and I ask y'all, I say, what's this? And anybody would say acorn, I say, wrong, wrong, wrong. This is an oak tree. The entire oak tree is inside of this acorn. I want you to become that type of person. You owe it to yourself to become the type of person that can see oak trees where other people see acorns. I need you to be able to see beyond the acorn. I need you to be able to see beyond the idea. I want you to be able to see full blown business where other people see really good idea, too bad the economy. No, it's a full blown business. And when you learn how to condition your thinking like that, I want you to become the type of person to see a big pile of solutions where other people see a big pile of problems. Like people in my family know I'm not the person you call to vent. I'm the person you call when you're ready to do something about it. I'm not saying vent not important. I'm saying just don't call me to do it. It venting is a part of the creative process. I just don't. I got other shit to do. Like, so get you a vending partner. Like, I can remember one time my sister was having some stuff going on with her business, some stuff she wanted to change. And my cousin called me. He go, "You talk to Mike?" I go, "I ain't talked to her in a day or two. What's up?" He say, "Man, she was on. She just called. She was talking about some stuff with her business." And I was trying to figure out why she didn't call you. I got a little offended too. Like, everybody know I'm the. This is what I do. I called Maya. I say, "Hey, why you call him? That boy couldn't. You can hand that boy a McDonald's franchise and he'll screw it up. Why you call him?" She said, I wasn't ready to fix it. I just needed to vent a little bit. I was gonna call you next week." I said, "Oh, okay. Yeah, you did right. Call him and vent. Call me when you're ready to fix it. Cause I'm so oblivious as you describing the problem, I'm gonna have a hard time. I'm stupid when it comes to problem. Like, okay, oh, okay. I'm feeling like, okay, how is it a problem? Cause I see an opportunity. Oh, you got fired? You mean you got 40 hours of your life back to work on that idea that you was telling me about? Wait, and you got 2 months of rent put up already? What what's the problem? Why are you not excited? Get your laptop and meet me at Starbucks. We got some planning to do. We got to take advantage of this opportunity. Cause make no mistake, it's an opportunity, but it's not finna piece itself together. I ain't saying you ain't got no work to do, but I'm saying, man, look, you got one more check on the way from that job, right? Because they put you a paycheck in the hole. So, man, if we get started today, we might don't have your full salary replaced, but we can get some money. Man, quit playing. Like, you gotta start betting on yourself. Like, Nikki and I was talking the other day, and we was talking about how people will get a job. Think about it. When you first get a job, you probably not finna get paid for 3 weeks, sometimes four, depending on if it's a 5 week month and where you hit it. You might not be finna get paid for a month. Yeah, you finna go to the store, buy you 4 or 5 shirts, buy you 5 or 6 pair of pants. You're gonna be putting gas in your car every day. You're gonna be showing them you finna put on faith, you finna put out a good five, six, $700. And they not finna pay you for about 3 weeks. But the idea of spending $100 on yourself and running some Facebook ads, the idea of spending $50 on yourself and running some damn Instagram ads, some TikTok ads, the idea of investing in TikTok ads. Now you invest your time on TikTok. You give TikTok all your damn time, but the idea of spending $5 to boost a post scares the shit out of you. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You would give TikTok 5 hours of your day on accident, but the idea of purposely saying, okay, you know what, I'm gonna spend $100 a week to push my post out. I suggest you be more selfish with your time than your money. I'd have figured out how to make more money. I've yet to learn how to stretch a day beyond 24 hours. I've been trying to figure that shit out. We gotta start living on purpose, man. You'll be surprised what $20 a week can do for you on TikTok. You'll be surprised what $20 a week can do for you on some of these other platforms. But I'm not saying start spending $20 a week tomorrow. Like, people who know me know I teach what I call the 5 C's: clarity, calibration, confidence, competence, and consistency. Step 4 is where you take action. The first 3 steps is their foundation. I don't need you to start running ads and you don't know what you want to achieve with these ads. It'd be stupid to start running ads and you ain't got a landing page for people to go to and a process of steps for them to take after they click on the ad. Because that's why a lot of people go, "Oh, ads don't work. I tried that." Nah, you just threw some stuff together. You didn't build out a plan. You got to get clear about what you want. Who do I want to watch these ads? Who do I want to put these ads in front of? What action do I want them to take when they see these ads? Okay, well, I need to build this. After they click on my ad, I want to take them to a landing page. On this landing page, I'm gonna have a free ebook that they can get where I can get their email address and their phone number. After that, they're gonna be on my email list. And I'm gonna start just giving them free game. But I'm gonna be giving them free game knowing that I got this seminar that I'm doing January 15th. About a month out, I'm gonna start raising awareness around this seminar. Now the tickets to this seminar are gonna be 149 a head. If I can get 500 people on the list and I can convert 10% of that list, that's 50 people. Now, if I could just make this all work, that's gonna be 50 people giving me $149. That's not a small amount of money. But you see the amount of thought is it's not just me. Let me run an ad and see what happens. What you mean? Let me see what's gonna happen. That's your problem. You gotta quit seeing what's gonna happen. What would you like to happen? They say the best way to create the best way to predict the future is to create it. What do you want? You could be doing have anything you desire. When I say anything, I mean anything. Anything. When John F. Kennedy asked the old dude what it was gonna take to put a rocket on the moon, man said the desire to do it. Like think about that. The president say, "Hey, man, what would it take for us to put a rocket on the moon?" He said, "The desire to do it." Imagine if that was your mindset in life. What would it take for me to lose 100 pounds? Shit, the desire to do it. What would it take for me to get my marriage back on track? Shit, the desire to do it. What would it take for me to get my business to thrive? Shit, the desire to do it. Do you got the desire to do it? Do you got the desire to do it? Come here, y'all. You could be doing anything you desire. I say this shit over and over again because it's true. It's power in repetition. It's a reason that you know that blue is blue, and the chances of you getting blue and red confused are slim to none because there was a point in your life where you put enough repetition in to distinguish red from blue. I need you to start repetitiously studying who you are, not who you been, who you are. Like, look, your current bank balance, your current weight, the current status of your relationship, that's the result of old thinking. Like, even the concept of a report card, report card is not a measure of your intelligence. It's a, you could barely call it a measure. It's an indication of where your thinking processes was 6 weeks ago. So I can have an elf in math today, but I got a piece of new information. I got a teacher who really had a way of bringing that stuff to light. That's where my thinking was 6 weeks ago. How is something that happened 6 weeks ago going to define me now? If you knew me when I was 17, 18, 19, you might go, Jay, an asshole. But you meet this version of Jay, you go, wait a minute, that ain't the. I can remember one time I was live, and this dude that I went to high school with, he came in, he go, Jay Shaw? I go, yeah. And I clicked on his profile and said, here, I go, what's up, Kenny? He go, when did this happen? And I knew what he was talking about because this ain't the me that was me back then. I said, man, new body. I mean, same body, different mindset. When I started thinking different, this body ain't had no choice but to do different. The body had to follow the mind. I knew exactly. So when he said, when did this happen? Man, it's just a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there, a piece at a time. My goal, I'm all about 1% better every fucking day. If I could just get 1% better a day, it's over with. Like 1% on the surface don't sound like a lot, but just imagine if you spent 1 year getting 1% better every day. That's a 365% increase. What does a 365% increase look like in your finances? Even if you're doing horrible, a 365% increase gonna get you right. You could be bank man, you could be in debt up to your eyeballs. A 365% increase gonna get you right. What would a 365% increase look like in your health, your business, your marriage? You better quit playing with you. Like you ain't nothing to be played with, but they play with you because you play with you. They treat you how you treat you. The problem is you waiting on other people to believe in you before you believe in you. You waiting to see how other people respond to it before you go down. That's a good idea. Listen, they not gonna buy into it until you buy into it. I can remember when I first told my family I was going to the military. They go, "You're not going to the military." My mama, my grandma, everybody told me, "You're not going to no military. What the hell you talking about? Why would you do that? Why did you not going to the military?" I'll see y'all when I get back. 6 years later, I told them I was getting out of the military to become a full-time entrepreneur. You can't get out of the military. You got your health insurance, you got your life insurance, you got a family depending on you can't. Same people who was telling me not to go into the military was 6 years later telling me that why all the reasons I couldn't get out of the military. People don't know how to run your life. God didn't say, "Hey, get your mom on the phone, get your daddy on the phone, get everybody on the phone that matter to you. I got an idea that I want to get to you." That's not how God operates. He didn't say conference call. Hey, call your mom on three way. Call your daddy. Add them to the call. I'm about to give you a vision. That ain't how it worked. God gave you the vision, and they go, "I can't see it." Well, it ain't for you to see. God didn't. God didn't give it to you. He gave it to me. So how can I be mad at you because you can't see what God gave me? He didn't give it to you to see. He gave it to me to build it. Like, think about it. If I got an acorn, you can't see that acorn unless you right up on me. You can't see that acorn unless you right there with me. But when I plant that acorn, man, you could be a mile back and you can see that oak tree. It wasn't a conference call. It was you and God on the phone. It's your vision. And a lot of people that we be wanting to believe in us, they got visions that God gave to them that they can't see. If they can't see a vision that God gave to them, how they gonna see a vision that God gave to you? You ain't got to be mad at them. You ain't got to. You just plant the seed. Just plant the seed. You mad at your mama and your cousin and them because they not sharing your post? Just plant the seed. Boy, it was a time where I couldn't pay them people to post to reshare my stuff. These days, boy, my mama reposts everything. My grandma reposts everything. They repost everything. Oh yeah, that's my cousin. Now. Bro, we always knew, man, you ain't no shit, but it's okay. It wasn't for you to know. God didn't give it to you. He gave it to me. Stop waiting on people who won't even bet on themselves to bet on you. But if you just take you serious, man, and they see you taking it serious, like a lot of times they have a hard time betting on you because they like, bro, you know him, he always on. 2 months later, he gonna be on to something else. 2 months later, they going by your reputation. They going by what they know about you. You don't stick to shit. Why I'm finna get excited about something that I know you ain't finna be doing 2 months later. If they see you consistent, like, bro, you still doing that hypnosis shit, man. That's crazy, bro. But eventually it became hey cuz that real that what's up Twister? But like it went from bro that dude weird. He do hypnosis to eventually my cousin like hey cuz that shit really work fam? Man that shit don't work bro. Show how that shit work. Eventually they started getting bro like how that shit work. And I saw that video you put on YouTube. That girl really couldn't get up off the ground. How that work? Eventually they get curious. And you gotta realize your family is your family. Yeah, your family is your family. Your customers is your customers. You don't want your family to be your customers. Family is the worst fucking customers in the world. They want you to work hard as hell for free as hell. You don't like you go kick it with them on Thanksgiving. You go kick it with them you go kick it with them at the family reunion. Your family is your family. Your friends is your friends, and your customers is your customers. Quit bugging your friends about posting that shit on Facebook. You want organic strangers following that shit anyway. Friends too familiar with you. They ain't gonna treat it like you. Bro, I don't care how big I get. To my grandma, I'm Jay. To my mama, I'm Jay. Like they like stop trying to force your friends and your family to it's not their job to support your business. It's their job to support you. It's their job to give you a hug when you need it. Sit down and laugh, watch the game with them, drink a beer with them, hang out with them. They not your customers because they didn't believe in them. For sure, for sure. And I'm telling you, if you just lock in and start moving forward, they will buy in. But you can't wait on them to buy in before you start moving forward. You can't wait on them to buy in. You trying to put the cart before the horse when you want people to celebrate it before it's something to celebrate. It's like when you pregnant. Let's look at it. When you pregnant, and especially in that first trimester, you know you pregnant. You can feel something moving inside of you. You can feel something growing inside of you. You can feel your body changing. But somebody outside of you might be like, you're not pregnant. You gonna argue with them about yes, I am. How many times you gonna go back? It's in you. They can't see it, but you feel that shit moving in you. You feel it moving in you. Just because somebody else can't see it, don't mean that it's not there. Somebody's comment got filtered. I don't know what you said, but they didn't like it. You could be doing have anything you desire. The only thing that can stop you is you. Your only limit is your own imagination. If you could think it, you could do it. If you can't think it, you can't do it. But the good news is you can think it. And since you can think it, you can do it. But you gotta hold it in your head before you can hold it in your hands. And you gotta hold it in your head consistently. You can't just hold it in your head for 5 minutes a day and go, okay, I did my affirmations and spend the rest of the day living in lack. Spend the rest of the day living in fear. Now you gotta constantly send your mind to what we call state six. You got to constantly get into alignment. I got any entrepreneurs in here? What's going on, higher self? What's up, Cedric? How y'all doing, man? What my entrepreneurs at? Let me talk to y'all real quick. Tell me what industries you in. Tell me what you guys do. You can be doing have anything you desire, but you got to take time to desire it. You got to take time to desire it. What's going on? Totally consulting. What type of consulting, Phil? Options trader. Okay, what's up? What's up? I knew it was some entrepreneurs in here. I could feel it. I could feel it. What's going on, braid bar? You a braider? That's what's up. What's up, my soul? Business. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. So y'all, we got a group. $1 unlimited access. $1 called Dreams in Action. I need all the entrepreneurs in there. What do I coach on? Man, high performance, entrepreneurship, business. I'm a firm believer that every problem is a thinking problem. I don't care if you want to make more money. I don't care if you want your marriage to look different. So if I flip this hat around and say I coach bosses, I coach people who identify with their title. A lot of them is entrepreneurs. A lot of them are other coaches. Uh, I got professional athletes. Man, we all over the place. All over the place. I coach people who consider themselves high performers, but they still feel like it's more in the tank. So that like if you ain't got that Michael Jordan mindset, that Kobe Bryant mindset, like some people want to make it to the league, some people want to be the face of the league. I like coaching the people who want to be the face of the league. If you just want to make it to the league, if you just want to start a bit, you might not want to work with me because I'm gonna push you further than you want to be pushed. I'm gonna come down on you harder than you want to be pushed down on. But if you want to be the coach's coach, if you want to be at the top of the field in what you do, whatever that is, those are the people I work with. So if you go to the link in my bio, April, you're gonna see something that says join my mastermind. I did not bring my iPad with me. I would just show you, but go to the link in my bio and join my mastermind. There's all types of resources in that link in my bio. Click on the ones that resonate with you. But y'all got to start. Y'all got to come into the community on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We do masterminds, and every day I get in there and I work with entrepreneurs in our software, the Dream Engine, and we're teaching them how to build funnels. We're teaching them how to build landing pages. We're teaching them how to market, and we're teaching them how to sell without selling. Like I always tell entrepreneurs, you don't create a product and then go try to find people to sell the product to. What you do is you find a big group of people with a big problem and you come up with a solution for this problem they already got. Then you put the solution where they can see it. And you ain't got to beg people to book consultations with you. You ain't got to beg people to work with. You go, oh, that's the problem you have. Okay, I got a solution for that. Package a solution, put it where they can see it. That's it. Like when you walk through the mall and they got that orange chicken out on that plate, y'all know what I'm talking about? They're not out there begging you to buy orange chicken, but man, you walk by there, you get a piece and you go, how much to plate it? 12.99. Yeah, let me. Yeah, whatever it is he got out there. Give me. Yeah, I want 2 scoops of that. I want 2 scoops of that. Find a problem. Like build a business after you find a problem. That's people leave a lot of money on the table trying to build a business and then go find people to sell it to. Find people with a problem and build a solution for that problem. Put it where they can see it. The problem I saw is most people don't know how to think. The mind did not come with a manual. The mind did not come with a manual, and it's confusing. It's a very advanced computer. So I put together something that I call the 5C process: clarity, calibration, confidence, competence, consistency. And the dope thing about clarity, so the way that I came up with this process is before I was like really just focusing in on high performers, I was just a full blown hypnotherapist. Quit smoking, weight loss, nail biting. I want to be confident, PTSD. I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid of spiders. You name it. I was working with all of this stuff. But I started noticing like the entrepreneurs I was working with, the athletes I was working with, the leaps and bounds they was growing by, I was getting jealous of my clients. So I started going, you know what? Every Wednesday, 10 a.m., I'm gonna put me on my calendar. That's gonna be my time to work on me. But I ran into a problem. I didn't know how to turn my process inward. I could do it outwardly. Shit, I've been doing it for 2 decades. So it was very easy for me to do it outwardly, but when I would try to run my same process on me, I didn't know how to do it. So I started recording every session that I was doing, and I started listening back to my sessions. And I realized it was five things that I always did, always in this order. And I didn't go to step two until we had step one, and I didn't go to step three until we had step two. And so the first thing that I realized is clarity. You can't get what you want until you know what you want. People would always come into my office talking about what they didn't want. Yep. So I'm a clinically trained hypnotherapist. I've been doing hypnosis since I was 14. But the more I started like leaning into hypnosis, and then what year was that The Secret came out? When people really start talking about The Secret and manifesting and all of that stuff, I'm like, wait a minute, this is hypnosis 101. This is hypnosis. And so I kind of I still do hypnosis, but I don't really talk about hypnosis. What I need to tap in with you about. You want to learn hypnosis or you want to use hypnosis to take yourself somewhere else? What you want. You got to get focused on what you don't. I mean, on what you want. Most people walk through life focused on what they don't want. Okay, for sure. Inbox me. Let's talk. But like the example that I always use is imagine if you get in the Uber and you say, "Hey, don't take me to the mall. I hate the mall. I don't know who they think paying $200 for one pair of shoes. I'm not. Don't take me to the mall, bro. And you better not be going to the mall. Like, what would your driver do with that information? That's how a lot of people go through life. I don't like my job. They're not paying me enough. They work me too hard. They make me work on my birthday. We don't get no holidays off. These people don't even pay overtime. I don't like none of my coworkers. I can't stand my job. Okay, what do you want? What do you want? Knowing what you don't want is not the same thing as knowing what you do want. One of the things I do, especially in my relationship, if my girl feeling a little feisty, and like sometimes women pick fights. Y'all know this. Sometimes I'm like, you want to fight, don't you? You bored, don't you? I don't want to fight. I want to kiss on you. I want to love on you. I want to take you on a date. Get dressed. Like I'm not gonna get under the influence of that. I don't want to get under the influence. I want to get under the. I want. This is what I want, and I can sit here and get mixed up in whatever this is, or I can get clear about what I want in this situation. And the earlier you do that in that process, the better. Imagine being on a new job and somebody trying to start mess with you. And like you're a human and you know that disrespect should not be tolerated. So when they first say something slick to you, it's in your nature to go push back. But man, if you can just get in the habit of going, man, I'm new here. I want to vibe. I want to make my money and go to hell home. I want to get in and get out. Oh man, I'm here for a short time. I got a business that I'm building in the back of my mind. I did not come here to do that. I came here to do XYZ. And then you respond to that person from under the influence of what you want. You finna have a whole different conversation. For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. What's going on, cousin? What's up, paper chase? So get clear about what you want. The second C is get calibrated. The second C is to get calibrated. After you know what you want, you got to calibrate to what you want. What does calibration mean, Jay? Get under the focus of it. When you calibrate to a sad movie, you ain't got to try to be sad. Just watch the damn movie. If you calibrate to a scary movie, you ain't got to try to get scared. Just watch the movie. You calibrate to a funny movie, you do not got to try to laugh. Watch the movie. But when you get clear about what you want and you calibrate to you what you want, you ain't got to try to feel motivated. You ain't got to try to feel inspired. You ain't got to try to come up with good ideas. The good ideas gonna find you. I can remember when COVID first hit. I owned a cleaning company in COVID. My cleaning company was doing $25,000 a month was considered a slow month for my cleaning business. When COVID hit, I had that business that was doing $25,000 a month. It started doing nothing. I was digging into my savings account to keep this business alive. And I was at first I was calibrated to what I didn't want. I was clear that they were ruining this country. The media was screwing us up. They were scaring the hell out of people. I was clear on everything I didn't want. I had clarity, but I had clarity in what I didn't want. How could the government shut everything down? How could our clients just fire us? This isn't fair. I built this business from the I had clarity, but it was in what I didn't want. Okay. So my business was my business was following my clarity. I had to sit down and go, man, what would I rather have? I'd rather have work for my employees to do. I'd rather have a thriving business again. I'd rather practice what I preach. I'd rather get more clients. I'd rather consider this a minor setback for a major comeback. Boy, within minutes, not hours, within the minutes of getting clear about what I wanted and getting calibrated to what I wanted. I had the perfect idea. Stop marketing the cleaning company as a luxury cleaning service. Start marketing the cleaning company as a disinfecting service. Boom. I could have came up with that idea a month ago, but when I was calibrated to what I didn't want, I didn't even have access to that idea. With soon as I got under the influence of what I would like to have, and I started thinking in terms of what I would like to have, the idea found me. Stop marketing the cleaning company as a luxury cleaning service. Start marketing it as a disinfecting service. People not worried about luxury right now. People worried about being safe. People worried about being healthy. The reason our clients fired us was because they didn't want extra people in their house. They didn't know what was going on. So when I got calibrated to, I want work for my employees to do. I want my business to be thriving again. I don't want to change my kids' school. I don't want to have to change my lifestyle. I want to thrive. I want to prosper. The idea just popped up. A week later, we got a waiting list three months out. It was as simple as getting on Google, changing some of our ads, reworking our landing page, changing the caption on our page, doing a little bit of research, finding out how to keep my cleaners safe, finding out how to neutralize the virus as best we could, retraining my cleaners, sending them back out into the field. Boom. How much easier would my life have been instead of taking that month long panic break, instead of spending a month being calibrated to what I didn't want? Is right away I say, oh man, we done lost everybody. Everybody. That's crazy, man. I don't like that. What I would rather have is more clients coming in than going out. What I'd rather have is happy employees. What I'd rather have is an abundance of money. If I would have did that soon as I saw the decline, I would have had that idea 30 days early. Does that make sense? I need you to stop thinking about what you don't want. Working on the problem is not the same thing as building a solution. You can't get the relationship you want while you thinking about the relationship you don't want. You can't get the bank balance you want while you wrapped up in the bank balance that you don't want. You can't get the body that you want while you wrapped up in the body that you don't want. You can't have the work environment that you want while you wrapped up in the work environment that you don't want. You got to put that shit down so you can pick up what you want. If your hands full of the problem, what you gonna use to pick up the solution? What you want. If your hands full of the problem, what you gonna use to pick up the solution? You got to shift your focus. You got to shift your focus. Aspire as fitness health instructor, master cosmetologist, but I currently do ride sharing at the moment. For sure, for sure, for sure. Join the mastermind. Join the mastermind. Get in the mastermind. And I also got a clarity quiz on my link in bio. I got a clarity quiz that you guys can take that'll let you know how much clarity you have or don't have. If you get 80% or less on that quiz, we got some work to do. And I need you to realize having work to do is not a bad thing. It's always some work to do. It's failure. So we got to realize the thing that we call failure, it's just feedback. The thing that people call failure is feedback that people put a negative spin on. It's feedback. It's feedback. The reason I can coach at the level I coach and coach the type of people I coach because I got a lot of feedback. I did a lot of screwing up. I did a lot of fucking up. I did a lot of messing up. But it was all feedback. And now I take that feedback and the stories that I tell and the lessons that I learn, I make a lot of money teaching based on the feedback that I've gotten in my life. Without that feedback, I can't talk about these things the way that I talk about these things. Like the stuff that we be talking about, this ain't no stuff you can read in a book and embody. This ain't something you can just watch in a YouTube video and embody. Like words don't teach, they point. Even as you in this live, you're not learning in this live, you making neural connections. You got the learning happens when you in life and you try it for yourself. I'm in Dallas, Texas. What's going on, Brittany? I'm in Dallas. So anybody in the Dallas area, I do work with people in person in Dallas. My office is by the Dallas Love Field Airport, but we do virtual sessions as well. I got clients in Japan. I got clients in Canada. I got clients in the UK. We got clients all over the world. Man, COVID was such a crazy time. It was scary, but it was crazy. COVID took me from only working with people locally to having clients all over the world. At first, I wasn't even a fan of doing virtual sessions, but during that time, like we didn't really have a choice, and things took off, man. It's the best of times. It's the worst of times. What are you gonna focus on? What's going on, Lala baby? What's going on, Wits? You could be doing have anything you desire. I was running y'all through the 5 C's and I got off track. So clarity, get clear on what you want. Calibration, calibrate to what you want. The third C is confidence. Now the crazy thing is confidence. Step three is to get really good at step two. Confidence is when you so calibrated that it don't matter what they say on CNN. I'm not going to no recession. I'm not calibrated to no damn recession. I'm calibrated to my goal of making $25,000 a month. Like what a lot of people do is they'll have a goal, but then they hear something on the news and they get uncalibrated from their goal and calibrate to what they just heard on the news. Or they have an idea that they excited about, and they'll be calibrated to the idea. Then they go talk to their friend about it, and their friend go, no, I don't know. I don't, Now they stop calibrating to the goal and they start calibrating to what their friend think. Confidence is when you so calibrated that people can make all the faces they want, say all the stuff they want. It don't matter. I wasn't calibrated to you to start with, baby. Like when I go live, man, sometimes when I'm live, it might be 100 people in this room. Other times it might be 3 people in this room. I'm not calibrated to that number. I'm calibrated to my goal of influencing minds. I'm calibrated to my goal of coaching bosses. I don't care if it's one person in here or 10,000 people in here. I'm not going to get nervous if it's 10,000 people in here. I'm not going to get upset if it's one person in here. I'm not calibrated to that number. I'm not calibrated to the weather. I'm not calibrated to if my family think it's a good idea or not. Love you, but I'm not calibrated to you. And it's a true superpower when you realize you can love somebody and not be calibrated to them. Like I gotta calibrate you in terms of goals of this relationship, but I ain't gotta calibrate to you in relationship with my business. You don't gotta think it's a good idea. It's not your idea. Like you gotta stop it. You gotta realize that if somebody requires you, I'll love you if you walk in lockstep. I'll love you if you agree with me on that. That ain't love. That's control. That ain't love. That's control. If I wanted to be controlled, I would have stayed in the military. Confidence is being able to stay calibrated no matter what. Confidence is being able to look at an empty bank account and instead of calibrating to that bank account, you calibrate to what you set out to do. Confidence is being able to look at an empty calendar and instead of calibrating to that empty calendar, you force that empty calendar to calibrate to you. Confidence is being able to look at the dating pool and see that it's screwed up out there and that people are crazy and seeing all these videos on TikTok and rather than calibrating to what you see, calibrating to what you know that you desire. That's what I call confidence. When you can stay calibrated no matter what. And even in those times where you find yourself uncalibrated, you know how to get back quickly. Because you humans. You're gonna see stuff that knock you off balance. You're gonna see stuff that that take your breath away. But I call confidence your ability to recover quickly. I call confidence knowing the difference between taking a quick break to recalibrate and quit. There's a difference in stepping back and saying, you know what? I'm not on my game today. I'm out of it. I'm gonna reset and tomorrow I'm coming back. I ain't say you couldn't take a break. I said you couldn't quit. But know the difference. Quitting like taking a break has a I'm taking a break for this long, I'm coming back. So clarity, calibration, confidence. Step four is competence. Step four is where we do the doing. A lot of people shoot themselves in the foot because they think step four is step one. Step four is not step one. Step four is step four. If you come to me and say, "Hey, Coach Jay, I want to lose 100 pounds," I'm gonna say, "Bet." I'm not sending you to Planet Fitness tomorrow, though. I'm not telling you to stop eating carbs tomorrow. I'm gonna say, "Okay, let's get some clarity. You want to lose 100 pounds? What size shirt you want to wear? Okay. What size pants you want to wear? What's your new dress size now that you're 100 pounds lighter? What number do you see on the scale now that you're 100 pounds lighter? How does your husband look at you now that you're 100 pounds lighter? What your coworkers saying when you walk into this building 100 pounds lighter? What your auntie and them saying when you show up to the family reunion 100 pounds lighter? What that feel like? How much easier is for you to get in and out of the car now that you're 100 pounds lighter? How much easier is it for you to get up and down steps now that you're 100 pounds lighter? Are you excited about that? Can you feel that? I'm gonna get you clear about what you want. Then I'm gonna get you calibrated to that feeling. I'm gonna teach you how to start feeling sexy right now. We're not gonna lose the 100 pounds to then feel sexy. We're gonna start feeling sexy, big back and all. We're gonna start feeling sexy right here, right now. I'm gonna get you calibrated to being 100 pounds lighter. I'm gonna get the feeling of being 100 pounds lighter locked into your nervous system. I'm gonna teach every cell in your body, every fiber of your being that you are 100 pounds lighter. And then I'm gonna get you confident in that calibration. Because at first it's gonna be easy for you to hold that calibration while you talking to me. It's gonna be easy for you to hold that calibration while you sitting in my office or you sitting on a Zoom call with me. But confidence is when you can sit in that calibration even when you out in the world doing life. You can sit in that calibration when you around foods that you know not getting you where you want to be. You can sit in that calibration when when a smaller person make like a little rude comment and say something that would have hurt the would have hurt the old you feeling, but the new you was unfazed by it because you already know where you headed. That's what we call confidence. And when I get you able to sit in there confidently, now we finna go to Planet Fitness. Now we finna cut back the carbs. Now we finna start drinking more water. Because if you come to me and say, "Hey, coach, I want to lose 100 pounds," I say, "Okay, I want you to go to Planet Fitness tomorrow." You finna go to Planet Fitness, but you finna show up at Planet Fitness uncalibrated, unclear, and unconfident. And the first time you catch somebody looking your way, or you go, "Oh, they judge me. I'm finna get up out of here. I knew I shouldn't have came." When that person wasn't even thinking about you, they mute, they headphones died. They trying to figure out why they music stopped. They got confidence, calibration, and clarity. You invisible to them. Cause they in their own world. They not thinking about you because they calibrated and confident in in their goal. But because you unclear, uncalibrated, unconfident, you calibrating to the external environment because you ain't got your goal locked into your nervous system. So I don't want you to show up to the gym until you calibrated, clear, and confident. Now you can go to the gym. And now you can catch somebody looking. Somebody can actually say something to you. What you're in here for now is too late. It's not gonna phase you. It's not gonna phase you. Every cell in your body gonna say, "Man, you don't even know. You gonna see me in 6 months and you gonna blow your mind." But you got to get it locked in your nervous system. Like a lot of people that started a business, and they trying to. I don't know how to build a business plan. It's not that you don't know how to build a business plan. It's that you try to build a business plan with no clarity, no calibration, and no confidence. Building a business plan not hard, but you're gonna need some clarity to do it. I don't know how to build a website, man. My websites are always ugly. Well, yeah, it's ugly. You building that shit with no clarity, no calibration, and no confidence. It's a reflection of what's going on in your head. The stuff is everywhere. The website is confusing. There was no clarity, no calibration, no confidence. You go into a networking event, man. Nobody ain't trying to network with me. I think it's because I'm black. That may be true in some instances, but let me tell you something. If you show up clear, calibrated, and confident, and I can see how you can help me make some money, I don't give a damn if you purple. I don't give a damn if you pink. I don't give a damn if you green. I don't give a damn if you a color I ain't never seen before. If you clear, calibrated, and confident, they gonna see past your skin color, man. But when you show up to a networking event and somebody go, "What do?" You go, "Man, I do a little bit of this. I do this. I do some of that." Oh, okay. Well, have fun. Nice to meet you, man. But if I do a little bit of this. I do this. I do some of that. Oh, okay. Well, have fun. Nice to meet you, man. But if I do a little bit of this. I do this. I do some of that. Oh, okay. Well, have fun. Nice to meet you, man. But if you show up, oh, I had got a call. But if you show up to a networking event and somebody say, "Man, what do you do?" And you clear, calibrated, and confident, you show up. Oh, I had got a call. But if you show up to a networking event and somebody say, "Man, what do you do?" And you clear, calibrated, and confident, clear, calibrated, and confident, you can say, "Oh, keep getting calls. Hold on." You can say, "Man, what's up, Lindsay?" So clear, calibrated, and confident. Somebody asks you what you do. See, man, I coach high performers. I work with entrepreneurs, professional athletes. Every problem is a thinking problem. I help people understand if you could think it, you'll do it on accident. What do you do? Oh man, I'm in the banking. How's that going? Man, times are slow right now. In a perfect world, how would they be going? You know any other bank getting those same results? Okay. Well, man, I'm gonna tell you, if they could do it, you could do it. If you're interested in jumping on the call with me, I got some availability Tuesday. It's different when you show up clear, calibrated, and confident, man. It's there. I ain't selling you nothing. I'm just clear, calibrated, and confident, and I know what I can do for you if you jump on a Zoom call with me. Take it or don't take it. I actually feel sorry for people when they like do a consultation with me and they don't book. I'm like, oh man, shit. You say you here and you feel sorry for people when they like do a consultation with me and they don't book. I'm like, oh man, shit. You say you here and you want say you here and you want to be here. Figure it out. But clarity, calibration, then competence. You don't do the doing until you get that foundation. Clarity, calibration, confidence. Then you start taking the action steps. Clarity, calibration, and confidence, and then you start taking the action steps. Then the last C is competent. I mean consistency. Clarity is not something you get once, it's something you get over and over again. It's competent. I mean consistency. Clarity is not something you get once, it's something you get over and over again. Me, we gotta go on do not disturb. Hold on. TikTok was my marketing strategy. One day I'm red right now. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Let's give this a second to catch up. There you go, there you go. But yeah, TikTok wasn't always a part of my marketing strategy. One day my son said, Daddy, why you not on TikTok? Everybody on TikTok. I said, yeah, Ralph, everybody on TikTok. He said, yeah, everybody on TikTok. I got on TikTok. And I had to get clarity about how it worked. I had to get clarity about the algorithm. I had to get clarity about what to post, what not to post. I had to get clarity about the type of content that worked here and what didn't work here. Then after I got clarity, I had to calibrate to the clarity. It wasn't enough just to know what needed to be done. I had to calibrate to it. I had to lock in myself and believe that I could do it. I got to get some AC going in here, y'all. It got hot. And then as I calibrate, my confidence gonna go up. But as my confidence go up, guess what else better go up? My competence. And then as I calibrate, my confidence gonna go up. But as my confidence go up, guess what else better go up? My competence. And then as I calibrate, my confidence gonna go up. But as my confidence go up, guess what else better go up? My competence. And then as I calibrate, my confidence gonna go up. But as my confidence go up, guess what else better go up? My competence.